Right, hi guys, welcome to this presentation. My name is Kevin Wilkes. I'm the Managing Director of Davenport Financial. So I do think we have got something incredible here, but I don't want to sound too hypey. Obviously, you can be a completely passive investor. You can be somebody who starts with no money, and you can promote and build up some commissions, even if you just need some money to live on. You can do that. This has been designed with everybody in mind, basically. So welcome to Davenport Financial Limited. This is a company registered at Companies House in the UK in 2008. I'm the Managing Director, as it said, and there's our registered office, which is actually in Docklands in London. So I'm going to give you a brief history of the company to start with. The company was incorporated in October 2008 as BMV Property UK, so that's below market value property in the UK. Renamed Global Investments in 2013, Davenport Investments in December 2013, and then renamed most recently in October 2019 as Davenport Financial. I'll just explain those to you. That the company was really formed because I ran a construction company. I was involved, well, construction involved in the paving industry really, where we were producing £2.5 to £3 million a year. That was our turnover. That's not necessarily profit, and we were doing very well. But I reached out to the world and I was looking for things to invest in, and pretty much everybody who came to me approached me with pensions, insurance policies, those sort of things. And although reasonably safe, returns were very low. It's going to take me a lifetime to actually live the life I wanted to live, effectively. So I went in search of what was available, and I discovered that we could source below market value property and purchase those. And obviously, you know, you make your money on property when you buy it, not when you sell it as such. So we started to source more of those and started to sell them as BMV Property UK. Unfortunately, at that time, as some people will recall, we're kind of in the middle of a recession. There just wasn't enough lending around for that to really take off. So we started selling overseas property, hence the name Global Investment London. I've got to be honest, I didn't like the name. I felt it was too impersonal. So we changed it again to Davenport Investments after a bit of consultation, actually. I should say it wasn't my idea. Davenport Investments UK Limited in December 2013, and we were involved predominantly in investment products. We then reformed it in October 2019, not reformed it, it's the same company, renamed it to Davenport Financial Limited. And the reason for that is it sort of dawned on us that we were restricting ourselves by using the word investment in the name. By calling it Financial Limited, we could literally promote any financial product, which of course we've done all our due diligence on. So that's why we changed it to that. So as you can see there, that's a little bit of a very tin-potted history of the company over a 12-year period. Obviously made lots of really good contacts in those times as well, and this is utilising some of those contacts, which you're going to understand shortly. So it's from there that Davenport Financial materialised, and basically welcome to Davenport Financial Trading. Essentially what it is, I was always interested to try and find people or a product that was sub £5,000. I thought there was a lot of people probably with that amount of money to invest, and I looked at perhaps putting it together and buying property and distributing the profits and so on, but we came up with a thing called collective investment schemes, which is illegal. You can't do it. It was even recommended me to go and do it overseas, and I said no, I really don't want to be doing that. So I kind of gave up on it until this dawned on me and came along, and that's it, Davenport Financial Trading. This is our investment vehicle that fits all budgets. Minimum entry level is $500. Okay, there is no maximum. You can invest whatever you like. So I'm going to run through that with you now and explain things. The first thing I'm going to do is show you some results. So past performance is not a guarantee of future results. Trading actually commenced on the 3rd of February 2020. Okay, we did actually open the account on the 28th, but the first few days was getting used to the systems. So officially trading started on the 3rd of February 2020. And when you see these results, I think you're going to be reasonably impressed. And when you understand where it's come from, you're also going to be impressed, I think. So starting there, February the 11th on the right-hand side, we were up 1.26%. And as we work our way along, you'll see it's gradually going up until we hit, I think it's the 23rd of February, 10.66%. I will tell you, as I'm sitting here now, it's actually at, I believe, 11.7%. That's right now, this very second. But I haven't done that screenshot on here. But I actually have some a Facebook group and a Telegram group, and what I do is I post in there regularly these screenshots so people can see what's happening. And the guys in there this evening are going to be pleasantly surprised when they see the new amount. And the idea of the groups is that people can come in there and just watch if they want. They don't have to join. They can literally just watch and join when it suits them. But that is a 10.66% gain in just 20 days. Now, if you understand trading, you'll know you've got to take the weekends out of that. That's quite a phenomenal performance. And we really don't think these guys have got going yet. Okay, but that's not a promise. That's just what we think. So our trading partners are highly experienced with over 25 years in working with high net worth clients with a minimum of £250,000 to invest. So these are people that I've known for 12 years now, and my understanding was they wouldn't even talk to anybody unless they had 250,000. I went and approached them, and basically because of our long-standing relationship, they've agreed. They've allocated us a dedicated trader who focuses solely on our account on the basis that I've said I've no fear that we can get that amount of money together collectively. Really important to state here that with this system, program, whatever you want to call it, it's your own account, okay? Nobody's sending any money to anybody. You open a broker account, your money is in your account, it stays in your account. You're the only person who can add or withdraw, nobody else, okay? Just to make that absolutely clear. So these guys are very, very experienced. They're very good at what they do. And they've basically agreed to do this with us, which is fantastic. So the trading strategy is a cold and calculated process that is religiously followed with zero emotions involved. You've got to meet these people. They just don't get emotional. You can see I'm getting emotional now. They don't get emotional. They really are cold. They're almost robots, to be quite honest, but they're not robots. I should emphasize that as well. These are real human beings that are, or a real human being that's trading the account for us and making these profits. I'd be useless at this, at trading, and I wouldn't even attempt to do it because I get too emotional. So they're a particular breed of person. They state they are, on average, they place 5 trades a day, 25 trades a week. However, if market conditions dictate, they've been known to place 50 trades in a single day, and they quite categorically state they do not win every trade. Okay, they don't. It's impossible for anybody. If anybody stated that, then I think they're pulling the wool over your eyes, basically. So how does it work? Right, well, we start off with an empty box, and this is called a MAM. This is a multi-account manager, so there's nothing in this empty box, effectively, and sat next to that is the trader studying his charts and so on, studying the markets. And what happens is somebody joins the program and they open their own broker account and they put $5,000 in that account, okay? What happens then is the man says, I've got $5,000. Again, I emphasize that is not money. It's just a figure on a computer. The money is sat in Mary's account. That's it. She controls that. These other guys join. So we go along here. There's going to be, all these figures are going to be similar for ease of maths. You'll see 5 people have joined. Therefore, the man says, I've got £25,000 here for the trader to trade with. Okay. So he trades and he makes a profit. So he places a winning trade, $500. That is then added to the MAM, 25,500, as you can see, and then it's distributed down to your personal accounts as follows. Everybody in this equation, this is hypothetical figures, gets $100, okay? Now, obviously, it's pro rata according to the amount of money you're in. If you've got 1,000, 500, or you've got 10,000, 50,000, 100,000, whatever, the percentage will be the same. Everybody gets distributed the same percentage to their account. Okay, and then once you're set up, you don't have to do anything. You do nothing. Just leave the account. The only thing you're ever going to have to do is withdraw or add funds if you want to. That's it. Leave everything to them, basically. So that's how simple this is. Okay, right. So moving on a little bit. Whoops, went a bit too far. So I'm going to talk about the support group that I've got set up. This is for people who want a bit of reassurance. We understand that. Once you subscribe to Davenport, you'll get given a link and say, come and join the support group. Subscribing to Davenport is absolutely free, by the way. Nobody pays for that. It's 100% free. So we have a Telegram group, which is similar to WhatsApp, I don't know, WhatsApp, a Facebook Messenger, that sort of thing. But it's an environment where you can play around a little bit and do things in the group. It's a safe environment. You can come and join the group and talk to people who are also watching, ask questions, and talk to people who've already got accounts. Okay, you can do all that in that group, basically. I will warn you, if somebody comes into those groups and tries to cause trouble, you'll be thrown out in the nicest possible way, because this is so good. It would be crazy to let somebody come in and just ruin it with a load of negativity. And I've seen it in other chats, I'm afraid. So there you go. There's a Telegram group for that. We will not try to pressure anyone into joining. Volunteers make far better clients than conscripts. Obviously, if we're doing well for you and you're doing well, yeah, as time progresses, Davenport may well talk to you about other products. If you're very happy people, you're going to listen to what we've got to say. So that's why we don't want anybody persuaded for the wrong reasons to come and join us. We want you in here because you want to be in here. Okay, right, moving on a little bit. This is our broker. This is AvaTrade. This is who we use, and we've done the due diligence on these guys. They are, as you can see, they're official partners of Manchester City, Premier League champions. I paused them because I realised there's a slide I haven't put in here. But, you know, if anybody wants to see it, I'll put it on something else. We actually went up to London, to London Excel, and met them in person. I just realised I haven't put it on here, but that's okay. It's not a problem. There's enough here to tell you what they're about. You'll notice they are regulated by 6 regulations across 5 continents. So we've got Japan, Africa, Australia, as you can see, and the Bank of Ireland. Now, I'm not suggesting Ireland is a continent, but they are regulated by the Bank of Ireland. And underneath there is, you'll see the ESMA regulation, which is a fairly new regulation, as I understand it, introduced with all the Brexit things that were going on. So you might want to go and Google that and see what that's about. Also on the bottom right, you will see, I've opened it up deliberately, that they've got, AvaTrade have got accounts with Barclays and NatWest, okay? A couple of accounts with Barclays, one with NatWest. They handle millions and millions of pounds, AvaTrade. Barclays would not open an account or let them open an account if they hadn't done all their due diligence and they were really happy with these guys. So I think that's a really good endorsement of how professional they are. So very important, if you go off and look for AvaTrade, please do not open your account independently, okay? Because we have a very specific link that links everything together, which you will be given as we go through the process, and you must open your account with that link. Otherwise, you will not be linked up. Again, it says you have complete control of your broker account. You're the only person with access to your money. Once set up, do not adjust your recommended settings. Right, this is a philosophy of mine. Compounding is great. Obviously, being in for nothing is better. Well, being in for nothing is wonderful, of course. But this is something that I put it together because this is how I want this program to be seen. I've seen other programs where all you hear is compound, 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 compound. Now, look, I've been involved in the investment world for quite some time. Compounding works. It's a brilliant idea. But you join a program to make some money. You get involved, you invest to make some money. So I never quite understand why the company just insists you compound for the next 20 years. You know, you might be really rich, but you actually want to enjoy that 20 years as well. So my philosophy is, yes, compounding is great, but take some money out as well and enjoy your life as best you can, obviously within the budgets that you've got. So our philosophy is to look after your interests first. We recommend your first objective is to get your initial investment back. So if you start with $1,000, which is the recommended amount, although you can start with $500. Obviously, it's going to take that much longer to increase if it starts at $500, but it's up to you. You start wherever you want. As soon as your account reaches $2,000, we want you to withdraw your initial $1,000 you put in and put it back into your bank account, okay? And the reason we want you to do that more than anything else is if something went terribly wrong, which I don't expect it will, but if something did go terribly wrong, you've had your money back. You know, you're in for nothing. You actually have lost nothing. So that's why we apply that. We also apply the fact that as you're progressing, if you make money, please take a bit of money out and live with it. You know, that's what money is for. It's not for putting yourself in a gold box, so to speak. That's not the purpose of it. It's to enjoy your life. So if you follow this philosophy that's on here, you are now in a 100% no risk situation. And we all like that, don't we? Okay, so moving on a little bit, some people will want to introduce others. Why wouldn't you? You can help a lot of other people with this. So this is, we put something together to help you make a growing monthly income by introducing others. Now, this also works for people who are looking at this presentation and think, well, I can't invest. Minimum $500, I can't do it. Fine, you don't need to. You don't need to have a money in trade or a broker account where it's in trade in order to get started with this. That's not a requirement at all, okay? Obviously, I would encourage you to, because we need to be paying the traders, and that's how we're going to make the money to pay the traders, but it's not a requirement. So every subscriber to Davenport Financial Limited automatically qualifies for introducer status and can introduce others. So as soon as you've subscribed to Davenport, you will have your own link, which you can send to people. They will see this very video that you're looking at now, and they will be able to subscribe. They're then your customer. That's it. Okay, if they invest, they make money, okay, you're going to make some money as well. And I'm going to explain that as we go along. So there is no limit to the number of people you can introduce. As it says, if you don't have funds, not a problem. You do not have to be an active investor to be an introducer, as long as you're a subscriber to Davenport, which you'll be able to do at the end of this presentation. Okay, you'll be able to introduce people to Davenport's products. So give it up. Well, I've already said all that, haven't I? So you know what it's there for. Okay, so moving along a little bit, this explains it. So there is a fee, obviously. Money has to come from somewhere to pay people. We can't invent it out of fresh air as such. So you're going to earn commissions on profits made of all the people you've personally introduced. There is a 35% fee charged on profits based on the high watermark. And I'm going to explain the high watermark at the end of this slide. This is distributed between the introducer, the trader, and the company. Okay, I have had somebody say to me, well, you're paying your trader an awful lot of money. No, that 35% gets split between the introducers, the trader, and the company. Okay, really important you understand that, because that's essentially where the money comes from. It basically means for every £100 you make, or $100, I better keep saying dollars, for every $100 you make, you are going to get 65. Okay, the rest goes as it says there. Okay, right, you may want to pause this a little bit as we go along, because some of this is small print, but this is going to explain the commission structure for people. So when you have an accumulative amount total less than $5,000, including your own account balance, we will pay you 0.5% of the profit gained on all the people you have personally introduced. Okay, this will not include paying commission on your own profit. That is paid to your introducer. If the cumulative amount is 5,001 to 10,000, you'll get paid 1% of all the people you have personally introduced, the profit they've made. 10,001 to 20,000, you'll get 1.5% of the profit, okay, from all the people you've personally introduced. And anything from $20,001 upwards, you'll get 2% from there on, basically. Okay, so you've got a few targets there. Initially get to 5,000 accumulative, including your own, and so on and so on. It gives you some steps to say, well, your target, everybody's target really is kind of 20,001, because then you're on the 2% across the board. If you've got £1 million on there, in there, people you've introduced, which is possible, by the way, then you will get 2% of the profit gain on all the people you have personally introduced. So just going to sort of explain that in another format, which is you personally open an account with $2,000. You introduce one person who deposits $1,000. You introduce another, they deposit $1,000. The cumulative total is $4,000. So that's yours and theirs, okay? You get paid 0.5% of the profit made on the two people you have introduced, the $2,000 every month. Now that's, obviously it's going to grow, but I've got a little bit on the bottom for that. Until the balance rises by introducing more people or by profits gained to the next level of 10,001, when you will be paid 1%, okay, on all those profits, and so on until you are over 20,001 accumulatively. I'm struggling to say that. Better have a glass of milk. Until you have over 20,001 altogether, when you will be paid 2% ongoing, unless the balance drops below one of the thresholds. So if it goes down below any of those thresholds, then your commission would go down, but obviously you're incentivized to, I want to go and get a few more people and just build that back up again, get above that level. Right, so this is pay rises on autopilot. Obviously, the trader's trading, everybody's making profit, accounts are growing, so those balances are going to grow. Because the people you introduce will automatically increase the balances through profits made, you're getting pay rises on autopilot. As an introducer program, I will point out commissions are paid on your direct introductions only, okay? So you understand that. I'm just going to move this photograph up here a little bit, because now, what is high watermark? Let me explain that. It's quite important, this. So let's say you start with $2,000, profits made of 10%. This is hypothetical, of course, $200. The total in your account is now $2,200. You would be charged 35% on the 200. That's $70. So the following month, your account is starting off, if you like, at 2,130. And let's say 10% is made again, that's $213. The total in your account would now be 2,130 plus the 213, 2,343. Okay? The previous high watermark was 2,200. So you take, take this away from the new high watermark, 2,343. It gives you $143. That's the figure. The commission, or the fee, is based on that $143. That's it. So it's from the last high watermark to the level it's at now. That's what the fee is based on. Okay? If there is no profit from the highest recorded high watermark, there are no fees, and so on. Now that's really important, because it basically means if the traders don't make any profit, the introducers don't get paid, the company don't get paid, more importantly, nor do the traders. They don't get anything, nothing at all. Okay, so they have a real vested interest to make a success of this, and that's the only time fees get charged. Okay, how do you get access to DFT? Firstly, you need to be a subscribing member of Davenport Financial. At the bottom of this presentation, there is a button marked register. Simply click on the button and subscribe. Okay, once you have subscribed, you will receive instructions by email on how to set up your broker account and how to set up to receive copy trades to your account, profits in other words, to your personal account. Emphasize again, your personal account, and how to access your personal introducer link. I'm re-emphasizing there, broker fee. There is a 35% broker fee, which is charged once a month on profits made. Probably should call that a profit fee, really, rather than a broker fee, because it's not actually a broker fee. So I'll just should say that. It's not a broker fee, okay? It's just a fee. Right, if no profit is made, no fee is due, as I've emphasized before, and the traders have a vested interest in your success. Clearly, they get nothing if they don't make profit. Invitation is my private invite only. What I don't want to see is, only through past experience, what I don't want to see is things being plastered all over Facebook, for instance, making ludicrous claims of turning somebody into a millionaire in no time whatsoever. I've seen it all before, and all it does is bring a load of trouble. You can also bring certain personalities we don't want involved with us. And I will say this, if somebody comes into the program and they are a pain in the neck, can't think of a nice way to say it. If they're a pain in the neck and they start absorbing loads of time, they're going to be terminated. Not, oh, that sounds awful. That sounds like I could do something dreadful. Their account will be terminated. I just don't want them. It's not worth it. It doesn't matter how much money they've got in trade. We've got 500 people in the program. We don't want one person taking 95% of the admin's time trying to look after that one person. You know, please, it's a great program. Don't come in here and be a nuisance. It's just not worth it. So there you go. Invitation is by private invite only. You can post on your Facebook walls if you want to. That's fine. On your personal walls, not a problem. Just don't go mass posting into groups. I just hate it. It's so tacky anyhow, to be quite honest. Okay, so invitation is by private invite only. Please talk to people. That's it. This is the last slide. So thank you for looking. Please click on the register button below this presentation to join us. That link is unique to your introducer, so we'll know who introduced you. And once you subscribed, you'll get the link to join the Telegram group. If you want to come over there and just say hi, see what's going on. If you want to join, fine, just join, follow the process that's going to be sent to you. Really important to state again, there is no minimum contract period. You can join now and cancel in an hour's time, up to you. You are free to leave anytime you wish, okay? So welcome to Davenport Financial Limited. Hopefully it's come across. We like to put our clients' interests first. We believe that by doing that, we're creating a long-term program that everybody can enjoy and benefit from. So I look forward to seeing you on the inside. By the way, if you are thinking of talking to other people, I'm very happy to travel anywhere, particularly around the UK, to go and meet people. I will say this, I'm not going to drive to Edinburgh to meet one person. We can do that on Zoom calls and things like that. If you want to put a group of people together, I'm happy to come up and meet those people. It doesn't really matter where you are, as long as it's a reasonable amount of people, then I'm happy to do that. And we're going to help you with, materials. This is your #1 promotional tool, really. Send this video out to people, send the link to people, let them see this, and hopefully they'll get involved. Right, guys, thank you very much. Look forward to seeing you on the inside.